Welcome into another video in my series where we're testing every weapon inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see just how viable they are inside your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. This is going to include the aftermarket parts, the conversion kits, and the MW2 weapons. I also need to say a big hello and welcome to all the new viewers. Thank you so very much for tuning in and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. We have crossed 2,000 subscribers and are fast approaching 2,100 subscribers already, which is absolutely insane. So thank you all for that. Now today is something I really enjoy doing, and it is another viewer comment suggestion, which is super awesome. So the suggestion today was for the Kastov 7.62 assault rifle from MW2. So today we're going to be taking the Kastov 7.62 through all three tiers, taking on bounties all the way through, testing to see how viable this weapon is inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. So hopefully by the end of today's video you'll have a really good idea whether or not the assault rifle Kastov 7.62 is a viable weapon for you inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. So without further ado, let's get to the Kastov 7.62 review video today. Alright, welcome in, and here we are. We're going to be dropping in today and checking out an assault rifle from MW2, the Kastov 7.62. This was a suggestion down in the comments, and we do have the Heated Madness blueprint on the Kastov 7.62, and if you remember, the Heated Madness blueprint was only available through DMZ, through doing, I guess, an Easter egg of sorts through DMZ. It was in the Koshkai complex, so I have that unlocked from DMZ, and I think that blueprint looks awesome. We also have Orion camo underneath there, so we're going to be keeping that on today, as I think that combination looks absolutely amazing. Now when we spawn in and test out the weapons on these matches, the first thing we do is spawn in, put on our perks, and no additions to the weapon. I did have a couple extras today, the ether blade and my golden armor plates, so I brought those in. I do try and not use the ether blades during any of the bounty fights, so that we have a true test to the weapon. So our first bounty today we picked up, and it was a Mimic inside of tier 1, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw that Mimic around that corner, I got jump scared. It was kind of funny recording and having me scream out loud. It was really funny. Anyway, we got our Mimic here in tier 1, and a team went by which distracted him for a minute, which was nice. I was able to get a bunch more extra shots in, and you can just see the critical damage on the Mimic with the Kastov 7.62 is truly astronomical. It is very strong for sure inside of tier 1. At this point, I was feeling very confident going forward in this match and was eager to get into the higher threat levels to see what this Kastov 7.62 can do for sure. So the next thing to do is to head over and visit a pack-a-punch machine inside of tier 1 and make sure I kept the camo on it today, because yesterday's video I managed to mess that up completely, which was absolutely amazing. So we got ourselves our pack-a-punch machine there. We meleeed it, made sure the camo would stick, and then we pack-a-punched our Kastov 7.62 to pack 1. Now the next thing to do is grab a bounty contract inside of tier 1 and see, I mean, the first Mimic already went really well with just white rarity. So now we're white rarity, no ammo mods and no tools, and we are pack-a-punch 1 inside of tier 1. So this bounty contract should be fairly easy. I'm expecting much better things considering how well the Mimic went, and boy was I not disappointed. Holy smokes, I just stood there and dished out the damage to that Mangler bounty and he had no chance. It was truly awesome to see. Like, at this point I'm like, okay, this gun is going to slap, so let's get on to some higher threat levels and see what we can do. But again, before I wanted to go on and do that, I wanted to show you guys, a little bit of what it handles like zombies like in tier 1, and as expected, they pretty much one shot are dead, so not a problem at all. Check the loot, nothing I wanted in there. So next is to put on legendary tool and my napalm burst, and if you guys have been following the series, you know napalm is definitely my favorite ammo mod to use. But let me know down in the comments which other ammo mods that maybe you guys would like to see me use, or other ammo mods that you guys love to use inside of your games. I'd love to hear from you guys. Alright, so now we need to go and grab ourselves a bounty contract inside of tier 1, because we are pack 1, we're legendary, and we have napalm burst. So this should absolutely just like instant delete this bounty contract, which would make this weapon viable for you guys for sure inside of tier 1, pack 1, with either rare or blue rarity for sure. And as expected, that Mimic just like instant evaporated. It was awesome to see. So we got a perk out of that, which was nice because I was very low on perks today with the extras I brought in. Now, seeing how well this weapon's been performing, I wanted to go straight into tier 2 and grab ourselves a bounty contract without pack punching. So just pack 1 into tier 2, legendary with napalm, and see how the Kastov 762 will handle a bounty inside of tier 2, being only packed 1. At this time, I do want to give a big shout out to you guys with the weapon suggestions down in the comments. I have to say, you guys in the comments are definitely coming up with some of the best hidden gems in this game, so keep it up, and props to you guys. You have a very high standard now, so I expect big things from weapon suggestions now from you guys. Alrighty, so we got a Mangler, which was our bounty contract inside of tier 2. And again, we're pack 1, legendary, with only napalm burst. And I was shooting the arm here, his cannon, but he didn't have it ready to shoot, and it didn't really take much damage, which was surprising to see. We had a disciple come in and decide to third party the bounty fight, which is what they usually do. I hate disciples. I absolutely hate disciples. Anyway, here's our Mangler coming at us, and a bunch of other zombies coming at us, and you can see we're pack 1 inside of tier 2, legendary with napalm burst, and this Kastov 762 is definitely handling things super well for sure. I mean, that Mangler didn't have much chance at all for sure, so we got a couple more perks out of that, but I already had those, so not much in the way of rewards, which was kind of no bueno. Anyway, now it's time to go visit the Pack-a-Punch machine inside of tier 2 and take our Kastov 762 to pack 2, and now we're going to go ahead and grab a bounty contract inside of tier 2, and I'm expecting this one to be a much faster fight considering how quick the Mangler went down and I was only pack 1. So we picked up our bounty inside of tier 2, and we're going to go and see what do we get. Joy to the world, a disciple. I hate disciples. Anyway, this is definitely a good one to show you guys the strength of the Kastov 762 double pack-a-punch legendary inside of tier 2, as the disciple didn't have much chance at all. I mean, before he moved once, I was able to take down half his health, and on the second movement there, I cracked his hand and got the critical shots in and deleted him, so that was super awesome to see. Kastov 762 definitely going to be viable for you guys inside of tier 2, double pack-a-punched with, I would say, epic, or even rare. You might struggle a little bit with rare, but epic would be definitely fine for sure. And then I wanted to show you guys this little section here inside of tier 2, because I think like zombies spawned. I was in a spawn or something. I don't know. I almost went down, but there was like 6 or 7 zombies that spawned in right in front of me. There was a disciple over there. Then there was a second disciple that spawned in. Then there was a third disciple that spawned in. I don't know if you guys have ever come across just a spawn rate as insane as that inside of tier 2, because I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy smokes, why is there so many disciples spawning in here right now? Like, it was absolutely nuts. So I wanted to show you guys that. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever experienced anything like that, where you're running through and just zombies spawn all around you from the ground. It was absolutely crazy. So the next thing to do was to go off into tier 3, visit the Wonder Fizz machine, and grab the rest of our perks and see what the Kastov 762 can do inside of tier 3. Well, before we fly in, I wanted to make sure I put on my PAP3 crystal, which I brought in. So the first thing I do is head off to the Wonder Fizz machine and grab the rest of our perks. We didn't need too many today. We did pretty well with the contracts. So then it was to head off into tier 3 and see just what this Kastov 762 is capable of, being triple pack-a-punch, legendary with napalm burst. How does it handle crowd control? I think you guys can see for yourself in this footage right here that this just absolutely destroys just about absolutely everything that comes at you in tier 3. It was truly awesome to use this weapon. I really enjoyed it. So the next thing to do is to go and grab a bounty contract for us inside of tier 3 and see how a Kastov 762 triple pack legendary with napalm burst on it handles a bounty contract inside of tier 3. We know it does well with crowd control for sure, as we have just seen the footage for that. So then we got a Mangler bounty contract inside of tier 3. And on the way to it, lo and behold, there was just a legendary tool sitting on the ground there. So I'm not going to complain about loot like that. So I went and picked that up, and we got our bounty contract inside of tier 3 here, which was a Mangler. Already tell just off the hop just how strong this Kastov 762 is. I mean, we were almost halfway done the Mangler damage right there, and we had just started the fight inside of tier 3. So truly amazing. We've got a ton of riffraff and zombies coming at us, and armored zombies and dogs and disciples trying to third party us. Why do they always want a third party? I never understand that. Anyway, we finished off another Mangler right there, and then our Mangler for the bounty contract was further back, but another disciple had showed up. I mean, it was truly insane. We managed to finish off the bounty contract right there, which was awesome. So definitely something that is viable inside of tier 3 would be the Kastov 762, and I feel like even if you only had an epic tool to bring in with you and you triple pack-a-punch it with your ammo mod of choice, and I feel like this is definitely going to handle tier 3 for you guys quite well for sure. Definitely not a problem. I mean, you can see the Manglers at distance. I was able to take him out with this Kastov 7.62, so that was truly awesome to see. We got a sigil out of that, which I needed to grab because I had used one to help a friend of mine out. So we grabbed our sigil, and then it was off to see George, the Guardian of the Arches. And here he was again at the Arches, and I started off the fight right there. He was eager, and he was ready to go. He lasered me right off the hop. Kastov 7.62 just about instantly took off the first head, which was truly awesome to see. And then I wanted to show you guys how I maneuver George around between my cheese spots. I ran him over to here. He was super aggressive today. Like, he managed to get himself stuck in the stairs, which was kind of funny. So this is how I do it when I have a horde chasing me in behind. I'll run up the top of the stairs, pop my energy mine, and clear out just about everything from behind me. And then we had Mangler show up from behind who was trying to blast me away, so I had to get rid of him. We had a few other zombies come in here through the riffraff, and this is where I use the ether blades, is to try and just clear out the zombies so that when it comes time to taking on the bounty or the elite or the HVT, that you guys can actually see the damage I'm doing to that versus, you know, clearing out the zombies and stuff like that. Now, this doesn't exactly show the best, but I did want to show you guys just how stuck you can get a Mega Abomination inside of tier 3 using this spot. Like, he's stuck. He's not going to be going anywhere. He's going to fire up his laser attack right here, which gave me an awesome opportunity to finish off George, the Guardian of the Arches. And it wasn't much of a fight today. I don't know why that was a tongue twister. But you can see we're already like 3/4 of the way done George's health. And I move forward over here. He starts firing up his laser attack repeatedly, which was pretty much the end of George. I wasn't sure if I was getting critical hits there or hitting the railing. So I backed up, and he fired up his last laser attack right there. We were able to finish off George, the Guardian of the Arches, right there. We got a jug suit out of the deal, which is definitely not bad for sure, and the 1500 cash. So the next thing to show you guys is to see how the Kastov 7.62 performs using Mags of Holding. So we went ahead and equipped my Mags of Holding, went off to grab a bounty contract, and let me know if you feel my pain, because I feel like this has happened to more than just one of us, where you try to grab that phone, you're trying to get out the door, and you miss the door, and you're instantly surrounded by zombies and slapped to downed. And that's exactly what happened to me right there. So good thing we picked up a self-revive earlier. We just went ahead and popped that, got ourselves back on our feet, and got moving. Now, how does crowd control work with Mags of Holding? Way better, even better than it did without Mags of Holding. As you can expect, we're unable or don't need to reload, so you can just constantly fire a stream of damage into all the zombies around you. This was our bounty contract we had picked up. And as I was clearing out the riffraff to go ahead and deal with the bounty contract, another team in the area had finished my Disciple bounty contract inside of tier 3. So I'm not complaining about free loot from a Disciple contract I didn't have to deal with, which was truly awesome. So we went ahead and did that, and we had a whole bunch of people trying to invite me, but as I always say when I do these videos, I like to run them solo. So I figured I would give them a hand. They have a Mega Abomination in the area. I just picked up a jug suit out of my last bounty contract, so I figured I'd just show you guys a little bit of what, you know, life is like for me inside of tier 3 when I'm running around. I know some of the comments in my videos you guys have saying how does he have nobody in tier 3, and just wanted to show you guys it's not always like that when I go in. Sometimes it's insanely busy like it is here, especially since the Season 3 Reloaded update and the ability to farm your legendary tools and your pack 3 crystals. I feel like there is definitely a lot more players inside of tier 3. So we called in that jug suit that we got from the bounty contract, and we helped these guys finish off their Mega Abomination right there. And I'm sure they were very happy for the help. Then we cleared out some more of the riffraff that was around, just trying to, you know, get rid of the zombies. And I noticed we had another Mega Abomination coming in during the fight. So holy smokes, this is just getting absolutely busy. Sheer chaos inside of tier 3, just non-stop action. One Mega Abomination contract, another Mega Abomination in the area, a whole bunch of zombies. I figured, well, let's just take on this Mega Abomination, because the contract's been hard to come by in tier 3 lately, as it's been so insanely busy. And you guys can see the critical damage to a Mega Abomination inside of tier 3 with this Kastov 7.62 triple pack with legendary and napalm is absolutely awesome. I kind of got stuck here. I was trying to climb the awning or whatever. It just wouldn't trigger for me, and then he fired up his laser attack, so I figured I better take advantage of that. And we were able to just about finish off the Mega Abomination right there. I mean, look at the damage I'm doing. Just totally destroyed him. So that was another Mega Abomination gone. Cleared out most of the area here. As you can see, I was just trying to get to the loot, and holy smokes, I just was able to run over and get the cash. Then a Mimic showed up out of nowhere and decided to third-party me, which was great. And you can see the damage I did to the Mimic. He had no chance. Got absolutely wrecked. Then the dogs started coming in. Then the sprinting zombies started to come in. Tier 3, I tell you, can sometimes be just absolute chaos, and I love it. It's just non-stop action, keeps you on your toes and keeps you moving. Definitely something fun, and definitely something I really, really enjoy. So I finally managed to make it over and pick up my epic tool, which is all I really wanted to do, but there was just so much stuff coming at me. Like, it's just non-stop. More dogs, more zombies. So I figured I better grab and go. And that was it. It was time to head off to Exfil and get ourselves out of the match for sure. There was basically the entire map again inside of Tier 3. So we made it out with our Kastov 762. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I truly enjoyed doing this video today. It was tons of fun. So as always, at the end of the video, I do have the weapon build I used for today's run. So let's all work together down below in the comments section. If you have any changes, suggestions for the weapon build, let's put them down in the comments and come up with an amazing build for all of us to use inside of our Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate all the recent support, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.